Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to CraftStash Live. How are you and how's your week been? It is finally Friday, and that means we've got new launches for you, new offers, giveaways, demonstrations, all sorts going on. And I've got the lovely Helen Griffin with me, joining me to share some of her brand new album making items. So if you've never made a mini album before, you're going to have absolutely everything in this live to learn how to build an album, how to decorate it, how to get the most out of it. We are looking at some new products, and we actually have a bundle of those new products up for grabs later on in the live as well. So please do join us and hold on, because around about 2/3 of the way through, we're going to give you how you enter a competition to win your share of £160 worth of the new product. Now, we've not only got new items as in dies, stamps, papers that you'd usually see from Helen, she's got some brand new tools as well, which I'm ridiculously excited about because I know that they've been absolutely flying already, and Helen has created lots of instructions for you to use these and make your album making so much quicker and easier. Now, very quickly, before we go and say hello to Helen, I'm just going to say hello to a few of you. This is nice and early, isn't it? Saying hello to a few of you quickly. First of all, on Facebook, we've got Avril Vickery. Hello to you. Rena Hurst, good morning to you. Linda Sayers, hi everyone, she says. Paula Taylor, hi everyone, hope you're all well. I hope you're well too, Paula. Tracy McCann, hello to you. And Teresa Trump. Right, so Teresa is, she says, good morning from Ohio. Excited to see you, Helen, and your album making. She cut a MIDI album out for her sister this week. So we have got album makers out there. So this is not just for your mini albums, though. I'm thinking like your journaling, your scrapbooking, if you like to make your scrapbook albums as well, any of that kind of memory keeping, if that's what you're into. And you know what? I think once you start on the memory keeping journey, you're just going to keep going, because there's weddings, there's things like births as well. There's special birthdays and anniversaries that you want to document, holidays, Christmases, things. People have been making mini albums on things like the lockdown, the last couple of years, and everything that they learned and did new and experienced throughout that time. It doesn't always have to be doom and gloom the last 2 years. You can celebrate some areas of it as well. And I've noticed a lot of lockdown mini albums coming out too. So anyway, let's go over and see the lovely Helen. She's joining us via Skype today. So good morning, Helen. Good afternoon. How are you?
Hi everyone, I'm good, thank you very much.
Lovely of you to join us again in your craft studio with everything behind you. I can see lots of albums behind you as well.
Yes, I've made all of these albums. There's quite a few there. It keeps growing as I keep going.
Yeah, I know. It's like that with a craft studio. It just keeps going and going and going. And you've got your on-air sign ready there as well. Love that. So this collection, tell us a little bit about it, because we've kind of got the collection for the mini albums and then the additional tools as well. So where's all the inspiration come from for this?
Right, well, where do we start? So we're in the middle of redoing all of the albums to include the spine and the binding system inside the die set. So it's an all-inclusive set, so you can make a complete album just from the one die set. So there is that. So this is the exact same size as the MIDI, if you have that already, but there are some new dies in there as well, so you are getting some new stuff in there as well. Lovely. So there's that, and then we have the beautiful paper pack and all the accessories. Now there's a couple of things I do want to talk about with the builder page dies. So we've got the sunshine and the circles. Now one of the most common questions that I get asked is, how do I decorate my mini albums? So these builder page dies are really going to help you get the photos in there, give you ideas. Lovely. And then we also have the tools as well, so that's going to make your mini albums really fast in putting them together. So lots of fun.
And I'm really excited to watch the videos that you've supplied using the tools, because it does. I've actually sat and watched a little bit this morning, and it just makes everything so quick and easy. Like a complete beginner can make an album with items that we've got on the show today.
That's right, yes. Hopefully you'll really enjoy these demos that are coming up, because it really does simplify and just makes your cutting really accurate on getting your wrapped cover just right.
Lovely, perfect, thank you. Well, I'm going to whip through quickly the products that we've got coming up, but we're going to come back to you for some of them, because you're definitely going to explain them better than me. So we'll come back to you to have a look at the papers and the binding kit in just a moment.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so like I say, we've got some items here I'm going to talk you through. Please do be sharing this live across your social media platforms, and please do be tagging your friends and letting them know that we're live as well, especially if they've ever shown an interest in making mini albums and journals and things like that. So I just noticed we've got lots and lots of comments coming through, lots of people saying they like making albums, and we've got Marta joining us, lovely Marta at the beach, because she said she loves making mini albums. It's always a great idea for a gift for a loved one. That is so true. If you don't know what to give someone, why not completely go personal and make them a mini album to record all the special times you've had with them. Now, would you like to come down to my desk? So let's see, where are we? This camera view. Let's have a look at this, because we've got all of the items here that are brand new. So first of all, we're starting with the medium albums die set. So as Helen said, Helen, I don't know where Helen came from. This is a brand new name. It's a mix between Helen and an album, I think. As Helen said, this is similar to the MIDI album, but you do get some additional dies in here. So you've got a more of an inclusive die set here now to do absolutely everything. So you've got the medium album die set. Now Helen's going to show you some examples of things that you can make with these, so you'll be able to see more the sizes and such. But if I just take this out of the packaging, whoops, there we go. So I just want to show you the largest die, just so you can get an idea of the size that you're looking at with the medium album there. So that's that. And then look at all that metal. You get so much. So this is the medium album. If you're popping along to craftstash.co.uk, you can see this on the home page. You've got all the new items in one banner. Click on that. Otherwise, you can go to the brand pages. So go to brands in the top right hand corner, and you'll be able to scroll down to Simply Made Crafts and find everything there. Or go to new in. Do you know what? There's so many ways of finding these on the website. Now, something else Helen did mention is the build a page set. So we've got the circles and we've got the sunshine set as well. These are going to fit absolutely perfectly. So for example, this panel here, although obviously the sizing of the packaging, the diagrams on the images on the packaging look much smaller, this set fits perfectly on the pages or on the front cover of the medium album. And then you've got lots of other additional elements that are just going to be perfect for housing things like your photos, for adding on So You Are My Sunshine here into your pages. With the circles, I adore this circle frame. You can put in circular photos there, slot them in. You could put journaling elements, whatever you want to. You've got memories, moments, love, family, gorgeous butterflies, the circle dies, and then that frame as well. They're your builder page sets as well. There's some fantastic bundles over on CraftStash as well. You'll be able to see all of those where we've mixed and matched lots of bundles for you so you can purchase them, saving some money by adding in other elements with your order. Now there's also some stamp sets as well. Now each of these, maybe you don't actually make your own mini albums. Maybe you tend to buy pre-made, whatever suits. Maybe you like scrapbook albums, so you're just doing pages. These elements, so not the album, but the builder page and the stamp sets and die sets that I'm now going to show you are all going to work with those as well. And card making. I mean, imagine a card with that gorgeous sunburst on, or maybe these circles on it as a background. Absolutely beautiful. So think outside of the mini album box perhaps with these. So your sentiments here, or sorry, your stamps here, these are the accessory stamps. You've got the sunshine, the banner, the clouds, the rainbow, some gorgeous plaques and frames there. All the words are separate. So laughter with, who, sunny, joy and fun. And then this comes as a combo. So this is a stamp and die combination set. So you've got all of the dies here to then cut out your stamped images. I think that rainbow is just the cutest. It really is. I'm sure we'll see that in amongst the albums that Helen's going to show us that she's made using these. Then we've got the journaling stamp set as well. This includes scrolls, frames, journaling elements like lines. We've got bumblebee in there. We've got the dragonfly as well. Gorgeous corners. Really sort of hand-drawn elements to this as well. It looks absolutely beautiful. Stamp them anywhere, but again, think about your cards, your scrapbook pages, your journals, your home decor pieces and all of those. How will these just add to your stash that you have at the moment? And then we have this amazing paper pack. Okay, so there's 8 different designs in here. That's 24 sheets. You're looking at it being 250 GSM 12 by 12 inch. So again, scrapbooking, absolutely perfect. Really has a fantastic summery theme here. Look at that watermelon. Isn't that amazing? absolutely, it's making me hungry for watermelon. That's one of my favourite fruits. I think it may be that, and raspberry may be my favourite fruits. All over. Now look at these. You can cut these bits out. So again, card making, absolutely. These papers are divine. Now they're single-sided, so you don't have to worry about covering up one side whilst you use the other or choosing. Those spots are fantastic. Now you can really see those being used with those circle dies, can't you? Popping both into your basket, and they're just going to work really well together. All your different colour watermelons there. I've never tried a yellow or a blue watermelon, but if they exist, I'd love to try them. And then more elements that you can cut out as well. Your mini albums are going to come together so quickly. Everything is going to coordinate when you're using a paper pack like this. You're getting 3 of every design. So when you're picking out papers, you know everything is going to work together. All of your elements can work together. Definitely looking at a summary theme here, aren't we? Isn't that stunning as well? Again, using this alongside that fantastic sunburst die there. We're not calling it sunburst, are we? There's another name for it. Bear with me. It's the sunshine die set. Sorry, I call it sunburst or sun rays. I'll probably change throughout the hour what I call it. This is gorgeous. This is so subtle, but you just have that hint of sunshine, the warm sunshine just hitting the edge there. I really love that, and of course that can be used in any direction you want it to. And then we are back to the beginning. So they are the 8 different designs you're going to get. Now, as I said to you earlier, these are the stamps, the dies and the papers that are brand new on CraftStash. So that's craftstash.co.uk. I did a little jump there, didn't I? A bit excited. And then craftstash.us. You're going to find all of those there, brand new products. But there's new products as well that are going to be core items to the Simply Made Crafts range. And I thought it's best if Helen describes these to you, because these are things that you're going to see her using throughout all of her next collections and designs whenever she's working with albums. So I think it's best if she explains to you what those products are and how they work. Now don't forget, we have got these items available individually, but if you go over, there are some fantastic bundles as well. Now you've already seen the sneak peek of one of the new tools because I've got it here written beside me. So the album binding kit, extremely popular so far already, only $18.99, and when you see how Helen uses it and what's included, you're going to see the value in it as well. But also consider this. Okay, so you're going to be getting the album die, the medium album die. You're going to be getting one of the accessory packs as well. So that's the sunshine or the circles, plus the papers also for only $49.99. Go and check that bundle out because that is saving you a whopper amount of money. Now, Helen, I'm going to come to you so you can explain to us, please, what the 3 other new tools and products are.
Okay, so we're going to start off with the album reinforcing paper. Now, this is something that I absolutely love to use. It's strong, and I'll show you just in a moment. But first, I want to show you how to use it. So as you can see here, I have a grey board wrapped cover just before I pop it into the back of my cardstock. So if I turn it over, this is where I have put this paper here. I've put it on the joins just here. So this is going to make the opening and closing of your album durable, so that it's not going to start falling apart like a couple of years down the line after usage. So if we move this over, here we have some samples that I've already made. And as you can see, I'm trying to rip it there. It doesn't tear.
Oh, fantastic. Do you know what? Albums are opened time after time after time, aren't they? Moved so much.
That's right, and you can use scissors with it, and you can put it in your paper trimmer. As you can see, that's a really good clean cut. Yep,
beautiful. So you haven't got the fraying or the feathering like you'd expect with like a fabric-based paper.
Exactly. So this is a pack of 10. This is going to last you a very long time. So they're A4 sheets. You could pop them through your paper trimmer. You can cut them with scissors. You can even ink them if you kind of want it to blend in, if you're making a project where it's going to be visible. Yeah. I personally don't leave any of this visible, but you can kind of like colour it in and stuff like that. But it is shiny. So use something alcohol based for that. So that is the great tip. Album reinforcing paper. So moving on now to the paper fabric. Here we go. So
I'm excited about this.
I've washed this one. So basically, let me get the pack here.
When you say you've washed it, how did you wash it?
Okay, there's a few things that you can do. You could put it in the washing machine, but I do find my washing machine folds it over. So some of these have got fold marks like that. I mean, I
Okay.
did put one of these in once and it folded it up into a complete square. I don't know how my machine did that, but if
Very
only it did
clever.
that with my clothes.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? A
It
washing
would.
machine that folds and irons and everything for you.
So you get 6 in there. So basically, if you have a pair of designer jeans and it's got that brown patch on the back with the logo on,
Yes.
that goes through the wash time and time again, and it comes out softer and with more lines and things. It's exactly the same stuff.
Oh, okay.
So
Fantastic.
what you can do is you can use it neat. I say neat as in unwashed. I'll get one out to show you. So it's actually, no, I have some samples here. That would be easier. Right, here we go. Did I just bash that camera?
Only a
Right.
little bit. It's fine. We'll skip past that.
Okay, so this is what it looks like when it's not washed. It comes straight out the packet. You can use it straight out of the packet,
Okay.
and you can die cut it. So this is what it looks like as a mini album cover. And I've got some craft cardstock as my pages, so you can die cut it and make a really durable, soft
I love
mini album
that.
cover. So it's strong. Okay, so there is that. Then you can wash it, so you would get something like this. So you can either fill a sink full of warm water and then pop it in and then scrunch it up, and then once you're happy with the amount of scrunching, you can do it for a while. You can do it a little bit. It will all do different effects on how long you scrunch for,
Yeah.
and then you set it out flat to dry, so you'll end up with something that's like that. Okay, so
Lovely.
do bear in mind though, it has a slight bit of shrinkage
Okay.
when you get it wet and fold it up. So you do need to bear that in mind. So always do your die cutting after you've done this stage once it's dry.
Right.
And
Okay.
then you'll have exactly the right size. Okay.
Perfect.
And then what you can do is you can ink it as well. So I'm not too sure if the camera is going to be picking up the colour differences there
We can see a little bit. We can see
compared
more
to this
shadows
one.
and yeah.
So I do have an album cover here that I've made, so it is slightly different to this album.
Oh, of course, yes. You can really see that there now.
Okay,
I
so this
love
is what
that.
it would be like with the binding in as well.
It's
So
kind of
that one is ready to go.
it's
Just put the
vintage,
pages
isn't
in.
it? It's got
It
that
is. It's very
older.
distressed.
Yeah, love it. I love that. Love that look.
So that is the fabric paper. So you get 6 sheets in that, and it will go through with my dies as well. So
Brilliant.
there is that.
Lots of people loving the papers. Lots of comments in there.
Okay, so are we ready to move over now to the toolkit?
Yeah, so this is kind of, for me, this is like the star of the show today, really. I
Yes,
know
I
this is something
absolutely
you're going to use time and time and time again, and it's such a simple toolkit to use.
That's right. So
I'll stop talking because you'll explain it a lot better than me.
that's okay. So we have this lovely pencil case. I absolutely love this. It keeps everything together. It's large enough, and you can even pop in a craft knife as well. This is the creative craft knife. It comes
Right.
with spare blades as well, in a little tiny little package.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep that together. That's an extra thing, so that's not included. Right, let's have a quick look. Let's just empty this out, hoping my background's not too white so that you'll be able to
No,
see
we
it.
can see.
Can you see all my tools, or would it be
Yeah.
better if I put something behind it like that? Is that better?
We can actually see it better on the marble, to be honest.
Okay, excellent. So we have here the corner tool, and I have some more samples to show you so I can demonstrate. Okay. We have the T tool, we have the L ruler, we have the straight bar,
Okay.
and we have the corner miter tool and the squeegee. Okay. So I'm just going to grab my sample here. It's easier for me to demonstrate on this board here. So we have the T-bar tool. This is what's going to give you the perfect spacing.
I get
Just
you.
like
Okay.
that. So you can either move it along like that and go on to the next one. This will give you the perfect spacing. It does look quite large, but that is the amount you need with all the amount of layers that go into the wrapped cover, because
Of
you're going to have
course.
another inner cover going over that part. So you can either switch them over like that, or you can take this extra one and butt it up against there.
Ah, look at that. Perfect. Perfect measuring.
Together. So that's going to be part of the first demo coming up in a moment.
Yeah.
And then once you've gone onto that bit, you would then pop it onto your backing cardstock here. So you would use this ruler here, just around that section, to cut around to get
your border.
That's right. So you can get your border just the right size.
Excellent.
And then this is like the best bit, because this is where I get a lot of questions about this, on how to get the right amount of cardstock here. Because if you cut straight up to this corner here, basically you're going to have an exposed corner once it's wrapped.
Yes.
Right. So you need to leave a little bit of a gap. So a lot of I get a lot of questions on how to get the perfect gap and the spacing. So this is going to do it for you. It's got a dipped end bit here, so that is going to slide straight onto there, and it's not going to move.
Great.
So it's going to stay in place. And then what you do is you'd get your craft knife, and then you would go across there, and then you'll have that corner taken off, and there'll be the perfect gap just there for you to do your wrapping. So I'll be showing you that in the next demo.
Brilliant.
How to do that properly. And then a squeegee is basically pressing everything down, because I've used double-sided tape and double-sided sheets to do that. That's going to really push everything together. So once you've got all that done, you're ready to put your inner liner on there, and then pop your pages in.
Lovely. Perfect. So that is the binding kit and the fabric paper and the reinforcing paper. I think all essentials if you love making your own albums, especially if you're purchasing the brand new mini album die set today, and then the accessories and things as well. So now we've seen what the kit is, let's go straight into the demonstration that Helen's put together, actually using this to wrap around a mini album cover. So everybody enjoy this, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
Right, so we're going to be making a wrapped cover using the brand new book binding kit. I love this set, and I'm going to start off with some grey board, and these measure 6 3/8, forget my boo-boo, 6 3/8 by 5 5/8, so you need 2 of those, and these are exactly the same size as the pages, and the spine piece here is 6 3/8 by 5 5/8. Now I'm going to be starting off with 2 pieces of A4 cardstock here. This is 220 GSM, and I've just popped a bit of red tape there just to join these two together, because this is a longish sort of album. So if you have an A3 piece of cardstock, you could use that instead, but otherwise just join 2 of these together and they will be exactly the right size for you to get started. So there are going to be some offcuts from this as well, so don't need that just yet. We're going to be moving over to the reinforcing piece first. So this is the reinforcing paper. Now I have a sample here. We're going to be sticking this on the back just like so. You'd have seen this in previous sneak peeks. So I'm going to be starting off by adding, there's lots of things here to show you. I have here some double-sided adhesive as well, so I have 4 already cut for the covers, 2 pieces for the spine. I'll keep that there. And just if you're wondering where I got that from, this is the Creative Craft Products double-sided adhesive sheets. There's a pack of 6 there, so that will do you a good few albums. Okay, so let's get these all glued on, and then we can pop this onto just realised I did do a mistake. It's not 5 5/8, I just got carried away there. It's 2 1/4. Yes, 2 1/4. Let's fix that before you start cutting away. So that's 2 1/4. Okay, so that is on there. So the reason why we have this reinforcing paper here is because, I'll show you on the spine, this moves about an awful lot and we can get some tearing here from wear and tear. The great thing about this reinforcing paper is It's virtually untearable. It's super sturdy and strong, but you can cut it with scissors and a trimmer, so it's perfect for your mini albums. So I'm just going to pop this off there. You do get a little squeegee, which I'll get out in a moment, in the bookbinding kit, just to press anything down. So I'm just going to pop that on there first. Okay, and we're going to pop these on. So you can try and guess all these spaces. If it's too short like that, too little of a gap, there's a chance that when the book closes you will get cracking on the outside bit of the hinge. That's not a great look. So what we're going to do is we're just going to be using, for the perfect gap, some of these tools here. So here's the squeegee, here is the T-bar tool. So that is going to give you the perfect amount of space there. So there's no more guessing, no more measuring out and trying to get things straight. That is going to keep it all nice and straight. So I'm just going to add a bit of glue just along here and just along there, and I should probably move away my blue card as well. I don't want to make any mistakes. Okay, so let's add the glue here, and then I'm going to do the same on the other side as well. Just a bit of glue here. If you want to use a little bit of tape as well, you can do that. Glue will stick very well to this reinforcing paper. It will just take a little bit of extra time to dry. So let's get that on there, hold that in place and pop that on. Okay, do exactly the same the other side. There we go, that's done. How easy was that? Super easy. Okay, right, so now I have some more double-sided tape sheets here, so I'm going to add both onto that one and then these two onto there, and then I shall be right back. Oh, and don't forget the middle piece as well. Okay, so I've got my squeegee here. I'm just going to press that down. You can also use this for mixed media, but I'm just going to keep this just for this job. But if you do use it for anything else, make sure you clean this really well afterwards. I can recycle all of my peel off bits. Okay, so I do have some more offcuts in here. I'm keeping everything together in here. So I do have a piece that I can use just for this back section. It's the right height, so I'm just going to take off everything there. You just fold it back like that if you think it might get in the way. Okay, so we are now ready to have this put onto our bit of card that we have already prepared. So I'm just going to take off the backing pieces here, and if you want to, you can use this L-shaped ruler here just to guide this on, but I do want this section here where the card overlaps right in the centre of the spine here, because I don't really want it on the back cover or in a funny old place like that. So I'm just going to make sure that's straight first, and then I'm going to take this and then place that on there. There we go. Okay, so I haven't gone straight up to the ruler, but I have used it as a straight guide. Okay, so now we can take this, grab yourself a craft knife. This is another creative product. I love this one. Just love the fact that it comes with a nice little lid and a little pack of spare blades as well. So keep your fingers away from the edge of the ruler while you do this. Go over that a couple of times. There we go, and then we can just turn the ruler over and go this way and just carry on. Again, keep your fingers free and away from the edge there. There we go. Okay, so now we have something that looks like that. So let's do the corners. Now this is another one of my favourite new tools. This one I love probably just as much as this one here. These are my two favourites from the whole kit. So this slots on and is held in place because it's dipped in here, so it holds it just perfectly in the right place. So if we do that with our craft knife and chop the corner off there, you will see it's left a little bit of a gap there, which is the perfect amount there for a wrapped cover. So let's just do all the other 4 sides, or the other remaining 3 sides. See, this is really going to speed up any sort of wrapped cover that you would like to do. There we go. Right, so now grab yourself a bone folder, and I'm just going to run this along the edge. Just there. That's going to really help this cardstock to fold around the grey board. There we go. And then just bend this over before we take any of the backing off. Just bend this over so that it's going to be easier for when you do actually take the backing off and get that stuck down. So let's take the backing off next. So I've already pressed this in really well into the grey board there with my squeegee tool. So it should be quite easy now to just lift that off. Use a poker tool or a craft knife blade or something like that just to help you lift that up. Okay, so we're going to be starting in the middle at the top there. So we're going to be folding that over and then pressing down. Okay, that's the technique, but I also like to add just a little bit of extra glue. I'm using Cosmic Shimmer here, so I'm just going to add extra glue. Using extra glue is perfectly fine to use on top of your double-sided tape or anything like that. It just makes it last longer once it's down, because what you don't want is any of your mini albums and all your hard work to start coming undone. Okay, so do exactly the same on the other side. That needs to stay out of my way. There we go. We can bend this over and then press that around. Okay, now we can do the corners. So this is why it's important, why we have that excess bit there coming off the corner, because it means that when we fold this over, you're not going to have a bit of this grey board corner poking out once it's wrapped. So what we need to do is just flatten it and fold it in slightly, just like that. Add our glue, go right into this edge here because there's no glue here, and then fold that in and then press down with the bone folder. I will just show you, we have some lovely corners there, so do exactly the same on the other side. Just fold those in. There we go. Add your glue, make sure you get them on these parts here as well, some in the middle, and then fold that over. There we go. So all we have to do now is cut out some paper for the liner, and then that is our book cover almost done. Okay, so I have two pieces here measuring 6 by 6 3/4. We're going to pop those on there. There is going to be a bit of a gap in the middle, but that's fine because the binding is going to cover that perfectly. So I'm just going to add some extra glue just along these sections. This wants to just drag. It's making a funny noise. Okay, so what have I done? That these are points there where the paper is going to want to naturally lift when it folds and closes, so adding a little bit of reinforcing glue there is really going to help. So I'm just adding glue all the way around here. I'm just doing this quickly, but do take your time getting that on there. You can add some extra glue there if you want to as well. So let's get this down. You can make this bigger if you want to. I was just trying to be economic with the cutting of my 12 by 12 sheet of paper. Okay, so do exactly the same on the other side. Okay, so as you can see, as I said, there is a gap there. That's fine because we're going to be covering that with the binding piece. Okay, so there we go. That is the wrapped cover. It's all wrapped now, so all we have to do now is fold these up gently. Give your glue a little bit of time to dry. I'm going to grab my squeegee tool wherever I've popped it. There it is, it's under the paper. So pop your finger there just in the middle of the spine and just gently lift that up so that you can see where that fold starts to form. So grab this and pop it there. Don't press too hard because that is quite a thin end to that squeegee, so don't press too hard, but just guide it up as you go. Now you will get a little bit of lifting here from the paper, so you can see there a little bit of bubbling there, so just go in with your bone folder because the glue should still be slightly wet still, and just press that down. There we go. This is why we needed that rather large gap there with the T-tool, because we have all of these layers. We have the reinforcing paper, we have the cardstock and the paper lining, which is 250 GSM. There we go, that is the first one. Now just repeat that with the other side. Okay, there we go, and all I've got to do now is just fix this buckling and bubbling just there. Again, the glue should be able to fix that once you've pressed that in. Okay, and that is how you make the wrapped cover with the grey board, the bookbinding toolkit and the reinforcing paper. Right.
Isn't that absolutely fabulous? How quick and easy is it to use that tool to get absolutely perfect albums every time, album covering? So that's the first step. We've actually got another 2 videos for you. So Helen's guiding you through starting with the album cover, how to bind it, how to wrap it, and then adding the pages and then decorating as well, so stay with us. So what we're going to do now, we've looked through the product, we've started to see a little bit of a technique on how to use that tool, the binding kit, because that is definitely already the most popular item today. But now we want to actually see some inspiration from Helen. So we're going to come back to Helen and just see what she's actually made using all these items, because we didn't get to go through those at the beginning. So Helen, are you okay if you talk us through the albums that you've got there in front of you and what you've used for them?
Yes, so I don't know where to start. There's just so much here. So should I just start off by showing you just the full album?
Absolutely.
All the way through. So this is kind of almost like my flagship album right here. This is the first one. It's the one I first made. So again, I've used the cutter parts here on the front there just to add that little bit of an extra special touch there at the front. I'm hoping you'll be able to see that because the sun's come out now. It's got a bit bright in here.
Oh, nice. Okay. Send it this way. But no, we can see it.
Okay, so, oh, actually, no, this isn't the flagship. This is the flagship. What am I saying? Here we go. Right, we'll start with this one. Again, I've used the cut apart on there as well. I had lots of fun with the cut aparts. So here we have pockets. This comes with the that comes with the mini album die, this pocket, and the shaped pocket that goes in there. And then I've used like the stamp set and some more cutouts there.
Great.
This is going to be perfect pockets here for your memorabilia and your photographs. Now, again, this mini album will make page pockets. So each page is a pocket there. So I've got an insert in each one. So I've used the sunshine die on that one. So we open this again. We have the sunshine here, but I've done something differently. If you can see here, try not to create any shadows. This is the die here. So you'll have the offcuts that come out of this section here. So pop this onto your piece of paper, hold it in place, then glue all of your little sun rays in, and then you can take off the die again, and you'll be left with this sunburst. So you can get 2 pages from this one die.
Brilliant. Love
so
that.
Just get creative with that. So again, we've got another insert there. If you wanted to, you can have your pockets at the top instead of on the side. Okay, so we also get some corner rounded pockets here. So we've got one here on this side, got another one there. So we'll pop those in like that. There we go.
Lovely. Love those papers.
So we've got another sunshine here as well. We've got more pockets. And here I've done some stamping as well with the stamp set. So it's perfect for your journaling and just add some extra interest there. That there is room there to pop stuff up onto foam pads, because if I close that, see there's a gap there.
Yeah.
So you can put bulky things in.
Lovely.
So we've got another page there. So perfect. I've just gone over the top here, all the pockets. So this is now at a level where I'm ready to start popping in my photographs.
Gorgeous. Because of course you can make these up without an event in mind and just add your photos and things in later.
That's right, you can do. It's absolutely perfect for that. Or if you just love a paper collection, just make an album and then just wait for the right photos or occasion to use it. Okay, so this is the same die. Okay, so I have used the die on its side. Now it might be easier if I show you one of my samples here that I have and what you can do with it. So this is the die used in portrait. So turn it over. So as you can see, it's all the full size. That fits onto this page here. Okay. There is another way you can use this die. There is some dash lines here on this spine piece. So you can trim that down and make a shorter spine.
You thought of everything.
And then you turn the page on its side and you can have this album in landscape.
Right, so you're not restricted to one orientation, you've got both. So you're really getting 2 album styles in one set.
That's right. So here is the album here. So as you can see, you've got the spine already included. It's got the dash lines there. So just turn that round. And then you've got all of these extra pockets. And again, you've got the tabs as well.
Great. I love those additional extras you pop in. I mean, you could have just given us the pages and the spine bits, but you give us extras so we can actually make it all pretty.
That's right. So you've got even just the choice there of the 2 different spine pieces. You know, this one is literally ready now for me to just go ahead and decorate.
Love it.
Okay, so I'm just trying to find the other one that I had. Here we go. This is using the circles die. So this is the builder page. So again, you get the frame here and you use the frame to cut out your photographs. So if you have any subjects in your photos where they're really far away, which is generally what you have when you're at the beach, because everyone's just so far away in the sea and you're not. So if you're left on the sand, you know, you can just and you have small photos, you can use this die here just to get those little teeny ones going in, and then just decorate it with the rest of the cutouts from the papers. So again, brilliant. I've just used the patterned paper there just to make my insert. Just pop in the tab there. So that is the builder page circles, and then we have the builder page sunshine, which is this one here, and you get the "You Are My Sunshine" with the background as well. So that's a lot of fun to do. And again, you get So this is the circles here, and this one here is the sunshine. And you also get this die here that's going to make your photo mats. So you can have that lined. Let's see if I can find.
You've got a lot of albums around you.
Yeah, I do. So it would make this. So you can use this inner die here to cut out your photograph, so you don't have to kind of get your paper trimmer out. So you can really kind of just get it in the right place on the photograph there. And again, this is You Are My Sunshine. This is the perfect mini album page layout there. And you also get this circle die here, where you can cut a photograph from that circle and pop that in the center. So
that's lovely.
That's a lot of fun. And again, with you get loads of words here as well. So I've popped family on that one. So have I shown everything really?
Fabulous. Well, we're going to next go to a video where you're kind of taking that that cover that you just did to the next level.
Yes.
And adding some more pieces in. But everybody stay with us, because after this video we're going to be telling you how you can enter to potentially win some of these products. We've got £160 worth of product put aside that we're going to split between 3 of you, and we're going to tell you exactly how after this video.
Okay, so we're going to be making some pages now to pop into this wrapped cover there. So let's pop that aside. Let's have a look at the die for the main page here. So just like with my other albums, you can make this into a cover as well. So if you're going to be using a wrapped cover, you're going to need 6 pages. If you are not using a wrapped cover, you're going to need 8 pages, and the 2 outer ones become the front and back covers. Okay, so there's going to be plenty of tutorials on my Helen Griffin UK channel on how to do that. So this is the medium album die set, and we're going to be using the binding from there and also the page kit. So I've got here, I'm going to do a multicolour set of pages here. So I've got 8 pages, we're going for the full 8 there, and I've die cut already 2 of these. Now I've already trimmed off one of these side tabs, so let's just trim off the other side tab. Now if I was using this on its side, because you can trim the binding down, I would be trimming off the side piece here. Because we're doing this in the portrait variation, I'm just going to take off the side piece that is on the right. So I now have 2 that look like that, and I have the top tabs left. So I'm just going to fold those over. Again, use a bone folder to get some really nice crisp lines. There we go. So to get these together, add your glue just to one of these tabs here first. Pop that on. Fold that over. Okay, and then just glue this. So the reason why I'm using 2 different cardstocks here is coloured cardstocks, so that you can actually see what I'm doing. But I have my 8 already prepared there, so I won't be adding in this odd coloured combination into the album. Okay, so you should now have something that looks like this with an opening either end, just like that. And then I'm going to be using 8 of those. So I've got 2 blue, 2 orange, 2 yellow, there is a yellow there, another one, and 2 pink. So these are going to coordinate perfectly with all of the colours from the paper pack. That is how I chose these colours. I took all the colours that I liked from the various patterns in the paper pack and use those. Okay, so now I have here the binding pieces. So here we have one large one and we have the thinner one here. So you need to do one of those ones, one of the larger ones, and then 3 of these little skinny ones here. So I'm just folding up all of these score lines, and if your die cutting machine doesn't press enough here on the score lines, because every die cutting machine is different. These are straight lines, so you can easily just go in and reinforce those with a scoring tool in your scoreboard. There we go. So those are all cut, folded, everything's ready to go. So we're going to be starting off with the first one. Now this is exactly the same concept as my other bindings when this was available separately in its own form. It's just great now that we have the whole binding now in with the mini album die set, so that is, well, basically you've got everything you need there to make a complete album. So I'm getting this on as straight as possible right in the center there. If any of these strips go on wonky, you are going to have some wonky pages, so do your best there just to make it straight. I wanted to avoid adding extra notches on there as like guidelines on that backing piece, just purely because they would remain visible once we put all the pages on and everything. So just do your best there, just to get everything straight. But if you pop the center one in first, that will give you the spacing to go either side to get the spacing right on here as well. So you end up with just under 1/4 of an inch gap there between all of the pages, so that if you do want to add a bit of dimension or use foam tabs and foam adhesive on any of your embellishments or photographs and things like that, you have the space there between the pages to do that. Okay, there we go. So now I have my binding on. Do set that aside now to dry. Okay, so I'm now ready to pop this right in the center just here. So I am going to use glue and I'm going to go right up to the edges. If you want to cover this entire section here with double-sided tape, you can do that too, or use those sheets. Red tape, lots of lines of the red tape you can do, but if you do use the tape, add glue over the top as well, because this is what's going to be holding your pages inside your book, and you want it to just be durable as possible so it stands the test of time. So I'm popping this right in the center, so I have my fold lines here so I can see, and make sure that you do just double check, lift it up so you can see it, to make sure that you have that in nice and straight as well, because if this goes in wonky, then your pages are going to go wonky as well. So set that aside now just to dry off. Now I'm going to mix up my pages, so I kind of want to go for this order here. So what do we have left? The yellow. There we go, and we go blue, pink, orange, yellow. Okay, so we're going to take it from that order. I'm going to take from the back here and we're going to start at the back there. Okay, so add your glue again. I would recommend use glue for this, especially if you are new to this technique. Use glue. You can use double-sided tape if you want to, but bear in mind, use extra glue with your double-sided tape, just so that none of your pages kind of come apart and come off from the hinges after time. I have had some of my very early albums that I made started to fall apart just because I used double-sided tape, and it started to come out. So, and then you're left with like a little brown patch where the tape was. If it's happened to you, you know exactly what I mean. Okay, so I'm going to slide this on just like that, and then I'm going to lie it flat, and then I'm going to line it up top and bottom here, and that tells me my page is straight, and then I can press down. So I haven't covered the score line either, so that the page can actually turn, and that is our first page in. Again, so all of the other pages are done in exactly the same way. Add glue, turn it upside down, and then add your glue both sides. And then slide this on, and always press down on your adhesive and set it when it's lying down, just like that. Okay, I've always pressed down when it's lying down like that, because if you press it, push it right down and press it in that direction, it's going to want to stay up. You may have that problem, so I do want nice turnable pages. Okay, so I'm just going to carry on now and add the rest of my pages. Okay, I'm just about to start the last page, so let's get the glue on, and then I can double check everything is straight by checking it against the front cover. There we go, that lines up perfectly. Okay, and if you have any bits of excess glue, just keep rubbing as you go along, just cleaning up as you go. So I've got all of my pages in now. Now these are going to be ready for me to pop in my little inserts and also to start decorating with the patterned paper. Okay, so let's quickly make an insert. Okay, so this measures 5 1/4 by 6. I'm going to pop that in. There we go. You can also use your page mat to cut that out, but you will have to trim it down because we have the binding that's glued on the inside of each page, so that is taking up a bit of room. So this is how I measured it. I just did 5 1/4, that should fit in, and then however high you want that to be. You can even have cards that fold up as well, and then those will fit in there. So in order to get these out nice and easy, we have a choice here of 2 dies. I have some already cut out. So we have this long tab here and this short tab here. So these look a bit funny because they do fold over just like that, so that you can pop them on just like that. You can go right up to there, or you can have them half off like that. They will stick out of the book a little more. So I am just going to add some glue now just to this top section. There we go. And then just add that on. There we go. As I use glue, I can wiggle it around. So add on all of these, stack up your inserts together so you can get the right amount of spacing so it all matches once they're all inside the book. So that is how to add how to make the pages, how to add the pages, and how to put your insert in there as well. Doesn't matter if this bothers you, just trim it down a little bit more. Doesn't bother me. I kind of like that full look. And that is the medium album now ready for decorating.
There we go. So now you have created an album cover and you've put the inserts and the pages in, and next you're ready to decorate, and that's what we're going to be watching in just a few moments. But myself and Helen have a way for you to win your share of £160 worth of the brand new product. Now this is going to be split between 3 of you. After the next video, I'll tell you how you can get your hands potentially on the 3rd lot, but we have 2 winners that we're going to be announcing at the end of this. Now, if you're wondering, we are going to be running over a little bit today. We actually thought this might take more of an hour and a half live. Probably looking at an hour and 15 maybe, so definitely hang around with us because you want to know how to enter, and we'll announce it at the end of this. So Helen, I'm going to come to you for just a moment. How are you? Are you still with us?
Yes, I'm still here.
Lovely. Now we were talking earlier about maybe putting a sentence, a blank, fill in the blank type question to people.
Yes.
Do you remember what that was? I know we discussed it, but I've got it if not.
I don't remember.
I know, I didn't think you would. I thought, yeah, I know. We chatted and it was like, oh yeah, that's nice. And then, okay, forgot it. I did jot it down. So I will put the question to everybody. And then, Helen, so people who have never made albums before, they're going to be able to watch those videos again. We're actually going to upload them over the weekend. And you have lots of inspiration on your channel as well, don't you?
I do. I'll be uploading tonight as well. So there's going to be loads of ideas.
And where can we find you?
You can find me at Simply Made Crafts on YouTube, and also Helen Griffin UK on YouTube as well.
Lovely. Okay, we'll come back and say goodbye to you after the next video, but I am going to give everybody the chance now to enter to win this prize. Now, all we need you to do is to comment, and we'd like you to comment in the duration of the next video. There's about 5 minutes or so for you to comment, and what we'd like you to say is fill in this blank. So it's going to be, I would love to have blank in my craft stash. What would you love to have in your craft stash? It can be absolutely anything. If you won the lottery, what would the first craft item be that you bought that you don't have now? So let us know in the comments. Mine would be, I would love to have a cricket in my craft stash, because it's one thing I don't have at the moment. There we go. Keep going. Let me know. We will be choosing a winner straight after this video. Hilary will send me a random couple of names picked. So hang on for that. Now, you've got your album cover. Like I say, you've got your pages in there. Next thing you need to do is to decorate it. And this is what this video is going to help you with. Watch this and then come back. We'll see the competition winners and I'll give you another chance to win as well.
Okay, so we're going to start having some fun now with our decorating our medium album. So I have 2 brand new die sets here that go with the collection. These are builder page die sets, so they're really going to help you complete your album, give you loads of ideas, words, frames, interesting elements, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's really just going to really help you decorate, because that is one of my most common questions, is how do I decorate my mini album? So these are really going to help. So we're going to be starting off with the builder page sunshine die set. I absolutely love this one, so I'm mostly going to be using this one, but we do get extra dies here that you can use to make your photo mats, and then I have loads of extra elements here that we can use from the 12 by 12 paper pad. You can just spend an afternoon or a little evening fussy cutting those out. Okay, so I'm not going to put any paper behind here. I've cut this die. Let me show you the die. I've cut this directly from the sky patterned paper from the kit, so that's going to be my front page. Now, I say this every time when I decorate here, I like to decorate to a certain level before I add my photographs. I always do that. I like to get to a certain place where it looks almost finished, then I add my photographs in, and then I can add any sort of journaling and personal notes and little stories and things like that afterwards, after the photos have gone in. So let's get this down. I absolutely love this gradient here of the blues going into the yellows. Now you do also get an extra die here. I'll show you some samples. Now this is a frame that's going to fit over the top there, so I do have a sample here. I've popped this down, so I have the sunbeam actually cut from the yellow paper from the 12 by 12 pad, glued it on top of the blue sky paper, and then I have an orange frame cut out from here, and that's also going to add some stitched detail in there as well. So you also get a circular die here that's going to cover over the top there. As you can see here, I've used this on the front cover. There you go, that's got the circle die. If you want to actually do that directly onto a photograph, you can cut a circle on your photograph, and then you have a nice photograph here for the center of your sunbeam. I absolutely love that one. Okay, so now we're going to be moving over to the circles builder page. Okay, so moving on to the circles, I have my frame already cut out. It's going to be a very similar layout to this. I'm just going to quickly show you how you can use this frame die here to cut out your photographs so they fit perfectly inside all of the bubbles. So here is the die set there, and you have extra circles here that you can use for decoration and layering and everything like that. So let's bring over this little machine here. It will fit, this one will fit through a standard sized Big Shot, so a 6-inch wide platform, and I'm going to decide that I want my frame to be in that orientation. So any photographs that I put through, I want to make sure it goes through that way, and I'm just going to choose which photo I'm going to use and which ones fit. So this photo here was cut out a little small, so it won't be big enough to fit that frame or that one, so go for bigger photos for these two. But these 3 bubbles here are perfect for using on your tiny subjects, I guess. So if you have any photographs where your subject is far away and you want to kind of make that your focus, it's going to be absolutely perfect for these small ones. But the larger photos, you can use these two here. So I'm just going to position that just on there. I run that through, and I will end up with lots of extra little pieces that I don't need, but it will give me the cut I need for the actual frame. Okay, there we go. There's one little piece there stuck in there, but I don't need that just yet. I'll clear that out in a moment. So the pieces I want to keep, this is this one and that one there. Now there is one more. Do I want to keep it? It's up to you whether you want to keep that or not. It does go off on the photograph, so I'm not going to use that one. I can use that section from another photograph when I go through that again. Okay, so let's pop these here. So those are the bits I'm going to be keeping. So I think I will go in and go ahead and decorate another page from this album here. This one will look good here in this lovely sunshine. So we're going to pop that on there, and then we can glue that in that orientation. Okay, so let's get that glued in. There we go. That is a little bit off, but I'm absolutely fine with that being there in that way. Any other photographs that I add to that can either make it more artistic, or if it really does bother you, you can just take this off and try again. Okay, so that is the circles die set there, and we also have, quickly show you again, the sunshine one. I absolutely love those. So there you go.
And that's the final video for you, and during that video was your chance to enter to win some of these brand new goodies from Simply Made Crafts. Let's first of all, just to give Hilary a chance to get the winners together from all of you who have commented. I need to go through some of those comments actually. I'll do that very quickly now because it's absolutely hilarious. Some of the things you were saying, somebody said they wanted a personal maid just to clean up after them in their craft room. So let me see. Here we go. So Lucy has said, I would love to have a magic wand to stop me making smudges in my craft stash. You know, things like that. I wouldn't have thought of that, but yes, actually, if that could happen, definitely. Somebody did comment that they would love to have an electronic die cutting machine. Lots of people speaking about that. Karen Allen would love to have lots more space for Helen's dies. Cheryl Thomas would like the Faber-Castell Polychromos. Lots of people. Now, somebody I did see, there was, here we go, I'd love to have more oxide ink pads in my craft room, from Carol Charles. Do you know what? All of these things we do actually have on CraftStash. If you've not explored CraftStash before, maybe you just pop on and get the things from the live when you like what you see. We have adhesive. There we go. Someone did ask about lots of good quality adhesives. Honestly, check out the adhesives that we have on CraftStash. There are hundreds of them, but the CraftStash quality ones are tested by lots and lots of the crafters on our design teams. Lots of people like myself and Helen and Sam. We all get together to make sure we get the best adhesives for you under the CraftStash range. So go and check them out. Anyway, I digress because we want to come back to Helen very quickly and say a little goodbye to her and a thank you, a huge thank you for putting those videos together and for designing this amazing kind of album making range, because I know you've done lots of album die sets in the past. You've got different sizes, shapes and all of these, but to now give us the tools as well to take it one step further is absolutely brilliant. What might be coming next from the Simply Made Crafts range?
Oh, well, I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of things that you can carry things in.
Oh,
So,
bags. Bags.
Yes. bags. So I love bags. So we have some lovely new bags coming along next month. So I'm super excited about those.
Probably the favourite of my collections that you do. I love all the handbags and things like that. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to those. Great. So we will be seeing you, did you say next month?
Yeah, it should be in May. Yes.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, fantastic. So
Not
we look
long now.
You know, I'm thinking, I'm sure it's May. I think it's May. Yeah, it'll be very, very soon anyway. So we look forward to seeing you then for more demonstrations and such. These videos are going to be up on our YouTube, the CraftStash YouTube channel, but also just remind us where we can find you.
You can find me under Helen Griffin UK on YouTube, and also Simply Made Crafts on YouTube. So I'll be uploading those tonight as well. So there'll be different videos.
Lovely. Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us today. Have a lovely, lovely long weekend. And we'll see you again very soon.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. There we go. So that's lovely Helen Griffin of Simply Made Crafts. If you're just joining us, we've been through about an hour and nearly an hour and a quarter of fabulous demonstrations, tutorials and how-tos on creating mini albums. Please do go back and watch the rest of the video because we've got some fantastic new items. Now, you want to know who has won those goodies. So we're looking at a couple of die sets coming out to some people. From YouTube, we have Kelly Morrison, well done to you. And from Facebook, we have Jackie Drake. Congratulations to you too. Now, if both of you can just email the CraftStash customer services, so that's customerservice@craftstash.co.uk. Let us have your postal address and I will send those prizes out to you. But there is a third chance to win, everybody. So don't go anywhere just yet because all you need to do is go along to the CraftStash blog. Did you know we have a blog? Have you been there yet? Lots of inspiration and posts on there. Things like offers and competitions as well. So you want to add it into your list of social media places to check each morning. But the CraftStash blog can be found at www.craftstash.co.uk, which is our website address, and then /inspiration. Otherwise, you can go to the inspiration tab on the website and you can find it there and you can enter. And what we'll do is we give you a week for this third prize. So you've got until next Friday to enter to win the third lot. So if you're not Kelly or Jackie, please go along there and check out that competition as well. Well, that's been a fantastic hour and a bit. I love the new products. I love the new mini albums. I'm like many other people in the comments now really wanting to go making some albums. I just need to go and grab myself some grey board and I'll be on it. I'm sure you can use things like, I don't know, I'll have to ask Helen, maybe old cereal boxes and things like that otherwise, just to get you started. So everybody enjoy album making over the weekend. Catch up on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss any of these tutorial videos. And I will see you on Wednesday at 6 p.m. next week. We have another launch of the CraftStash & Co family. So that's going to be the lovely Marta DeBeachka. She's going to be joining us with her brand new products over there, 6 p.m. on Wednesday on these CraftStash channels. Please set a reminder. I will be setting up those events very soon so you can hit the going bit and let everybody else know you're coming too. So I'll see you then. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Have a lovely weekend.